I know it may be very difficult or challenging when you feel like you are in the lowest financial state of your life. And you may be wondering, how in the world am I going to be able to get out of this, and not only get out of this, but bounce back from this? So, in today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about how to pull yourself out of a financial rut. And most importantly, where to start, because this will be the key to let you know whether or not you'll be catapulting into the destiny of your financial fulfillment once you've been at the bottom. So if you're ready, let's go.
The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone.
Hi everyone, it's Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. What an honor and privilege it is to be before you all for yet another episode drop here on the Debt Demolisher TV. But today we are going to be talking about the truth of where we need to be in order to come out of a financial rut, in order to be able to come out of a financial rock bottom. We all know that we've had our times and our instances where we feel like we were at our lowest of our lows when it comes to the financial situation that we may be in. But I'm not only here to give you encouragement, I'm here to push you towards your first start. So if you are in a space where you are like, I'm not in the best place, we're coming out of these pandemic times, resources are not flowing in as much as I want them to, we're in a recession, we're facing a recession, it's only going to get harder, how am I going to manage? Well, today is the right day for you to start to pull yourself out of it. So one of the things that we have to do in order to jumpstart our process is to really be able to take a snapshot of where we are. Oftentimes, we don't want to see that the zeros are in the bank accounts. We don't want to see that the balances on the debts that we owe are six figures and beyond. But even in that, you have to be able to remember where you are today. And in order for you to be able to remember where you are today, so that way when you get to the other side, you will always have a remembrance of where you started versus where you are. So when you're ready to bounce back out of your financial rock bottom, you have to take a snapshot of your accounts. So I want to challenge you to log into each and every one of your bank accounts right now and take a screenshot of it, even if it's a zero balance in the checking account, even if it's a zero balance in the savings account, even if it's a zero balance inside of your money market account, even if it's a zero balance inside of your certificates of deposits, even if it's a zero amount. I want you to take a snapshot, take a screenshot of it and save it for your records, because this will be your remembrance. This will be your push. This will be your motivation for you to say, this is the last time I'm going to be able to see a zero like this inside of my bank account. And then after you've done that, I want you to take the next step to actually take a look at your debt accounts. Log into your debt accounts and take snapshots of the balances. What is the balance on that loan today? What is the balance on that credit card today? What is the balance on those individual student loan accounts today? What is the balance on anything that you owe? And when you do that, identify what the interest rate is that they are charging you for that. I'm going to talk about this in a separate video, because I think oftentimes people fail to realize the cost of interest. Most times we only pay attention to what we can afford in terms of monthly payments, but we're not looking at how much the cost is for that actual item. If you looked at your amortization schedules, or if you looked at how much interest is being charged, meaning when you make your payment, how much of that is going to interest versus the principal, that will give you a rude awakening to be like, hold on, this was not a good deal for me. This was not a good deal for me. So that's going to be a separate conversation, but just look at your debt balances today. Look at the interest rates and say, this will be the last time that this number will ever get this high. This will be the last time that I will ever get played in this capacity to be borrowing at this amount. This will be the last time. Because when you're at your lowest, that's when you rise to your greatest. When you're at your lowest, that's your opportunity to jump into your greatest. So even if you feel like you don't know your way out, even if you feel like there is no way out, I want you to stay optimistic. I want you to recognize and realize that where you are today is not where you're going to be tomorrow. Where you are today is not where you're going to be in 5 years, as long as you're doing something to address that thing. So before we can address that thing, you have to be able to look at that thing. So look at your bank accounts, look at your bank balances, look at your debt balances, and be real about looking at that number. And make a commitment to yourself that you are going to overcome this. Remember, your financial prosperity awaits you, and so does your financial sanity. You already know what I'm going to tell you to do, and that's what? Get to work. All right. Bye.
The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melonē. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melonē. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia